game right there.
Yeah, that game could have been easily done. We do have a few Hydralisks that are roaming around near the natural expansion, but at that time he could have easily crippled Fantom and ended the game right then. It looks like what they're going to be doing instead is using these free scouting units basically to kind of roam around and check out to see if any expos are currently coming down for Fantom. We
Yeah,
do
that's
have
really
a new expo
even
coming
if
down.
Yeah, and that's one of the important things. Like, he pulled back, he could have won the game right there, but keeping these Mutalisks alive is his job now. Not because it's just his army, but also because if you keep those Mutalisks, you really keep your opponent contained.
Now, we also have a good Baneling Zerg army coming down here at the front of Dark Force's main expo. Do you see that right there?
Not quite yet.
He's got a few Banelings, he's got a few Zerglings, he's also got a few Spine Claws coming in around the Gold Expo.
Okay, yeah, I see that. I thought you said he was moving on his base.
No, he's not moving
Yeah,
in, he's just got a nice little army, and he also has the 9 o'clock Expo going down with a Queen already in position.
Yeah, here I think he probably didn't need all these spine crawlers, just because he knows what his opponent has, and his opponent can't really afford to move out right now. He has to stay in his base in order to defend his main and his expo, and Zerglings would have done a fine job to take care of those Hydralisks.
That is quite a bit of spine crawlers that he does have, and looks like he's morphing in a few more Banelings. He's using the Banelings currently as a little Baneling wall to prevent his newest expansion at the 9 o'clock position. He's got a few more spine crawlers coming in for the gold to ensure that gold stays protected. Looks like Dark Force is content with going with a long macro heavy build, especially that he knows that he's got somewhat of a contain here on Fantom.
Yeah, and here now he's using his Mutalisks to go see. Let's see if he knows about this expo that's going up, and in fact, he doesn't know about this gold expo that's going up for Fantom right now.
Yeah, he's currently unaware of the gold expo. He's usually, he had such good map control, and it kind of feels like he's, content with letting it go. He's not, using these units to control the game.
Yeah, and this Overlord right here that you see right above Fantom's
Gold Expo?
Gold Expo, that should have sight on that Gold Expo so that he knows when it goes up.
Almost
so
like,
maybe even if you
like
can't take out that Expo, you really should be able to at least know and then keep on out-expanding your opponent.
So to prevent the scouting, Fantom goes in and sends in some Mutalisks that takes out the Overlord, and he has a fairly large army now of Mutalisks and Roach composition. He's actually sitting at a higher food count of 166 to 149, now 153. He actually has a bigger army than DarkForce.
Yeah, so here, both players are just kind of sitting, macroing up, getting upgrades. Fantom's getting his first upgrades because, of course, he hasn't had this expo up for very long. And now the window of opportunity for those Mutalisks to snipe this is kind of gone.
Yeah.
Definitely this is main expo could still use some harassment.
So now we got a movement coming down. Fantom sending his units down to the Zelnaga Watchtower. He's got Infestors, Hydralisks, and Roaches. These Infestors are going to be very good against these Hydralisks if he can somehow get them in there. But we have Broodlords now coming down for Dark Force. So that looks like what his plan was to get this Broodlord tech up and going.
Yeah, now that he's up at 1, 2, 3, 4 bases, he can definitely afford that.
He looks like he's going to lose
here,
one base down here if he doesn't cancel it. He does not, in fact, cancel it, loses that expansion. And if he's not careful, he's going to lose his next expansion. But again, we got a few Broodlords.
Yeah. A few Broodlords and more than a few Banelings right now. Which I think those could have actually engaged this army right at that ramp.
Now, if you notice, those spine crawlers have actually been a fairly decent job at preventing the run-in by the main force, they actually backed up because of the amount of spine crawlers this guy had.
Let's see if these Banelings can do much. Hydras just have a good range. You really have to get lucky. Oh
yeah,
great.
He's lost
Great
basically his entire army.
there.
Now look at the food comp. We have 150 to 82 food. This game is shortly coming to an end here. The pure economic advantage that DarkForce has, as well as the double food count, this is almost too much for any player to come back from.
Yeah, he lost a bunch of Banelings there. I think he probably could have saved those Banelings, but the Fantom, no, DarkForce, yeah, I think it's Fantom got a great fungal growth on all that.
So this is going to, if DarkForce decides to move out, I'm pretty sure he can easily wrap this game up. These Broodlords are easily taking care of these lower tier Zerg units. It does look like Fantom decided to get his own Spire up, and he's got his own Corruptors now coming in.
Yeah, so I think if he has some sort of ground army, DarkForce should be moving out. Looking at let's see how his resources are doing. DarkForce has almost 2,000 minerals right now, and with this gas, very heavy build, he should be able to support having at least some Zerglings in his composition in order to
he's basically capped. He's at 186 of 200. He's gone all in on his Air Force build here.
Right, and he should be taking. Guys, he's taking all these expos, and he should be moving out now that he's capped.
Yeah, he's definitely capped. It looks like Fantom, in a desperate attempt to not lose this game, has mass expanded to both the 9 and 11 o'clock expos here. He's got a few Hydralisks, just making sure they don't totally become blown out. But I mean, if DarkForce here doesn't move out soon, he's gonna lose the advantage that he has generated through the course of the game.
Yeah, so he definitely needs to move out because his opponent's going to have an army, which will give his opponent a chance to get a good composition against those Broodlords, like the Corruptors. Yeah, and now we see him moving out, taking out the main. Bunch of Corruptors coming in.
Bunch of Corruptors are targeting the wrong units. The DarkForce's Corruptors are slowly taking out Fantom's Corruptors, while the Broodlords are completely decimating the main base.
And now he's losing all his tech, and really don't know how Fantom.
And there we go. That's the GG.
Come back.
No GG from Fantom, but it was a good game by DarkForce. He played well. What are your last thoughts on this game?
Just a big macro game for those two players. Fantom got a very interesting composition. I've never really seen this mass Broodlord tech, so I might actually try it out sometime.
Well, thank you, Ender, for joining me for another cast. This is Ashwolf from Game Brigade signing out.